Hello. Can you hear me? There is on the left bars. There is the chatting space, so you can open it directly. Write any question and comments there. Can you hear me? Yes, I'm having a webinar now. My laptop's not running. Yes, they're there, but I don't know whether they can hear me.
Va bene. Il mio problema è che io voglio tenere, ecco perché mi servono idee, mi serve brainstorming con qualcuno. E- Come?
Perfect. You can hear me. Okay, okay. So we're going to start in 2 minutes. I'm having a webinar.
Don't forget to record the video.
Yes, it's recording right now, right? When you start directly broadcast. Okay. Okay, guys, so we're going to officially start the webinar. So basically today we're focusing about the TM and OGS synergy for this stuff. And we need to first understanding how exactly is OGS going on so far, and then we will figure out how to make it happen. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, just type in the WhatsApp. Okay, okay, perfect. So today we're going to start to understanding about how exactly the contest SM in the ABC they're facing right now about TM in 1516 in this turn, even in your turn in 2016 will be drive exchange for productivity. How exactly we're going to make it happen is the including talent planning. Planning means that you need to have capacity, including structure, job description, set productivity goal, and learning development plan before the recruitment. So especially learning and development right now for this before the risk should be our focus in quarter 1. And talent planning is just a plan, but how we're going to execute everything in the plan is inside the team. So what we need to fulfill is the standard for team experience, deliver the right experience for standard of experience way to drive our productivity. So basically, this is the direction for us to drive the productivity for this. So we're detail of years as OG CDP. So including 4 parts: attraction, consideration, value delivery, and advocacy. So you can see the different responsible for each part from each area. So you see the stranger, we started lead, customer, and promoter, which means it's a customer stage, and open, in progress, match, realize, complete will be the status show about our customer in the SPA. So if you go to check about the SPA profile, it will show open, in progress, match, realize, and complete stage. So I'll explain in each stage what ISET should provide for that, and what customer will go through in different journey. So for OGCP, when a customer is a stranger for us, we run the online promotion, offline promotion. Offline promotion, it can be the info desk, class shout, and other PR events for that too. And for the visitor stage, we'll have the info event, and then we'll send the first contacting email for who apply for our program. Right now, we have two channels for the application. First, people can directly go to our and that will directly go to the podium, or people can go to ESPA to directly apply in ESPA. So no matter which channel they choose, what we need to do is send the first contact email to them, and then send the assessment center invitation, invite all the applicants, go to our assessment center. So in the consideration stage, we'll deliver the assessment center, which we call it AC, and they will start the project research, sign the contract, and also sign the acceptance note, which means that when they find a project fit for them, and they're going to sign the AN with another entity aboard. And we have the validator stage, including the mesh, realize, and complete. So in the mesh, once they have already signed the acceptance note, they will have the outgoing preparation seminar, OPS, and they will start the tickets, visa, flights, everything preparation for that. During the realize stage, so EP have already aboard, so we'll have the weekly reports updating about how is it going on, about their experience aboard, what kind of support we're needing to provide to them. And also we suggest to start a storytelling collection during the realize stage, and the storytelling should continue from realize to complete, and even when the EP come back, we also need to continue the storytelling collection. And the complete stage, we need to have the MPS survey to launch, and also LC to LC follow-up, which means that when the EP come back, we need to have the OGCP member to understanding how is the experience so far and give the feedback to the LC aboard, and to understanding whether we need to continue about our partnership, or whether we have the potential to support each other about that. And for the last part, when they finish their experience, and they're going to come back and we join the reintegration seminar. As you can see, for the attraction phase, the main responsible is the marketing is going to be the one to online promote, offline promote, info event, send first contact email, and send assessment center invitation. And OGCP will be responsible for consideration and value delivery. So they will be the one to deliver assessment center, project research, sign the contract, sign AN, OPS, ticket, visa, weekly reports, storytelling collection, NPS survey, LC to LC follow-up. But for TM, what we should responsible is the reintegration seminar, because after the validator stage, they have already finished their GCDP experience, but it's up to us how to reintegrate them inside the local community, especially our target about global leader is quite similar as a target for the GCDP. How to measure the success of the GCDP? It will be the number of realization and net promoter score. And the ideal timing for each stage to shifting, it will including from the stranger to the visitor, which means that from nothing to the open status, no more than 14 hours. Which means that we need to do the promotion, and right after that, we need to contact them and invite the applicants to the assessment center. In progress, it should be no more than a week. In progress, no more than 1 week. In progress to match, also no more than 1 week. Match to realize, it can be up to 2 months. Sometimes the tickets, visa, it takes longer time. And for realize and complete stage, it will be up to 8 weeks, because the minimum is should be like this, the GCDP. And for complete and reintegration means that when EP come back, we need to have the reintegration at least no more than 3 weeks when the EP come back to make it happen. Is it clear so far? Can you hear me clear? If yes, just show a face or whatever emotion in the WhatsApp group, so I will continue. Is it clear? Is it clear? If it's clear, just show some signal to me. And I will continue. Okay, perfect. Perfect. So for next part, we will based on the customer flow. What are the job description we're suggesting new customer implementation, this customer flow implementation in Fox. So we also launched the structure suggested for each tier and the job description suggested for each tier. Right now, based on the customer flow, let's go deeper about how exactly is the job description we're suggesting from the national side. As you can see for the attraction phase, the main is connected to the marketing function. So for the online promotion, it will be done by the digital marketing manager. And for the offline promotion, info event, and also all the contacting invitation for the assessment center will be done by the traction manager of OGCDP inside marketing area. And the KPI to tracking them, it should be the number of application. But also you can also see in the consideration stage, the marketing, one of the main KPI also is number of selected. If we're promoting the right target, it should be much so which means that the conversion rate from application to selection should be much more low and people can get selected very easily. Okay. So for marketing, the main KPI for attraction manager is number of application and number of people get selected. Because number of people get selected will related to whether they are promoting to the right target and transmit the right message. And also you can see for EP manager, which is almost the orange block, is the OGCP member. All of the OGCP TNP, they are EP manager, and I will explain later about that. And there are main KPIs that in the consideration stage is number of match, in validator stage is number of realization, and the NPS. For TM, even you see that the reintegration seminar is one of the job description of EP manager, but the final responsible is the TM. So the KPI will go to the TM because TM should be the final responsible for this part because this is one of the main resource for us for the global leader. So TM is the final responsible for the strategy part and also all the KPI, number of reintegrated, but the execution, we need to synergy with the OGCP member. So they are the one to execute all the strategy we put for reintegration seminar. And then we can go deeper about how exactly about the structure we're suggesting. This part has already in our driver, so we can see all the area about all the tier, what kind of structure, job description we're suggesting. So basically in the talent planning, we will suggest how many member, how many team you need. For tier one, just an example, we will suggest one VP and 3 team, and each team is 1 team leader and 4 TMP. So here you see all the job description of them and also the skill they will gain based on their job description. And the next expected role we're going to expect this kind of people to go for. And you can see the TMP. So the TMP, all of them in progress manager, match manager, related manager is connected to the customer flow. So in this way, we want them to understanding better about new customer flow for them. I will explain in detail right now how exactly is going on. So all the members are going to be EP manager, only taking care of the EPs. But every single member, they will be final responsible for some different event. But final responsible doesn't mean that they're the one who are going to attend the event and everyone else nobody care about the event, which is kind of means that if they're the final responsible, you can understand they are the OCP of that event. But it doesn't mean that the other TMP shouldn't join for that because they also need to involve. But we just need the final responsible for that. And we can go deeper. So tier one in progress manager is the final responsible to organize the assessment center, but everyone should do the assessment center together. Match manager, final responsible for OPS. Realize manager, final responsible for storytelling. Complete manager, final responsible for NPS. And TLP is the one charge of the track of the team, organize the OPS too, and also do the follow-up of the LC to LC. Because LC to LC follow-up after the experience is based on whether the LC have the IR strategy. If you have a local international relationship partner, so you can do the LC to LC follow-up. This is something we're driving for the OGB area so far, but so far it's not really working about local IR. But this should be the ideal focus of the TLP. So here in tier one, we're suggesting for free 2 to 3 teams, and right now in most of the LC, they're going to divide the team based on the faculties. But also you can also combine the faculties with the entity partners, because in this way you're not just consider about the demanding market, but also consider about the supply market, and to understanding how to use your structure connected with the supply and demand of OGCP so far. For example, if you have a team of economy faculties, but you know that Brazil will be the main partner for you to realize the economy students, so you can combine the team is mainly focused for the economy faculties and also the Brazil market. So in this way, you can combine both supply and demand in your structure. And for tier two, we suggest 2 teams. It will be the same, and it's just the scale of the teams, but the structure inside the team it will be the similar one. But we don't push that much about manager for that. Tier 4 is 1 team. And then another part in the learning talent planning is the learning by doing. So basically, as you can see from the last 2 newsletter, I already launched a learning by doing framework. But what we did about the mistake for this year is that we didn't push learning by doing during FAX. So this learning by doing plan should do before the recruitment, not after the recruitment. So once you come out the structure, the job description you want to use, you also need to understanding what kind of learning provide to ensure that they have the enough knowledge and skill to fulfill their job description. This is also one of the functional training element in the TSP standard. So you can see from here, all the MCVP has already providing the framework, including what are the topics, session, target, key content should be delivered in each area. And in this way, what VPTM should do is that before the recruitment, you're the final responsible to organize all the learning by doing plan in your LC. You need to track whether the VP and team leader they planning for this, and also you need to understand what kind of channels, timeline they're going to implement the learning by doing. But for sure, the framework we have already provided. Another part about mainly synergy with OGCDP is a reintegration seminar, as I mentioned before. So this year, we have already started the lead implementation for reintegration seminar. So as you can see, the outcome we're expecting for the reintegration seminar is that EP can receive support to suppress the reverse culture shock directly after arrival to the home country. And EP becomes aware of the development he had during the experience, and he understands how to capitalize it to bring more impact to the society in the future. And the leadership development abilities we're going to develop is all of them during the reintegration seminar. And the element of the outer and inner journey we let them to go through is a supporting system we're continuing to providing after their experience. For inner journey is to help them to reflecting for their own experience, reinvent themselves, and let them understanding their personal value. And the KPI to measure whether we're doing a proper reintegration seminar is number of people get reintegrated, and number of showcasing story, and percentage of upscaling other ELD programs. Because we can also provide as the EP to join the Global Leader program, but also we can upselling another GCDP program again to them, or suggest them go to GIP. So they can take twice for GCDP, or they can also take GIP. It based on how we're going to upselling in the reintegration seminar. Another part, this is the reintegration seminar agenda. It's building based on the LDMs. So as you can see in the versatilism part with the opening, and then the culture of achievement, culture shock is connected to the self-aware part, solution-oriented. Let them to think about what solution-oriented they did in their experience, what kind of challenges they're facing before, how they exactly solved this problem before. So all the session here is let them to reflecting how LDM developed in their experience before, in the first part of the agenda. And the second part, we're going to have the separate agenda. One part is for the TMP who want to join the TMP, why, how is opportunity is for event for the people who want to join as TMP, to lifelong connection. And we'll be continuing to talk about how we're upselling for the opportunities, and then it's a closing. And here, this reintegration seminar package has already in the TM driver. You can see the OGP plus TM folder everything is there. And reintegration seminar is very important for the recruitment strategy. So this part will go deeper in the CM1, so how to make it happen. But during this transition period, I would suggest you go to the TM Drive folder and also talk with your VP TM current to understanding how is it going on about reintegration seminar in LC, what is working, what is not working, and did they start to use this new agenda based on LDM, how we can fix it better, and also understanding how we can use reintegration seminar to supporting for recruitment. This is basically about the OGCDP and TM. And in 2016, we need to start from the MC side with another synergy is the OPS, how TM can supporting OGCDP for the OPS. And they're also planning to have a new event. It's right after EP gets selected. We'll have the EP induction, so we can kind of understand it's like kind of discovery day for EP. So we will also think about it. So once the OGP we start in the MC level, so this will be also the future direction for us. So for the EP, they will have the EP induction supporting them for the match stage. So once they get matched with the program, they will have the OPS supporting them to prepare for the realization stage. So when they come back, we'll have the reintegration supporting them to finish the experience and come in the lifelong connection or upselling for other opportunity. So this will be the free events to supporting for high quality EP service and future direction, the main synergy between TM and OGCDP. Okay, so this is a part about OGCP and TM. Anything clear? If it's clear, show me a signal and I will go on. And we'll have the Q&A at the when I finish all the stuff. Not this one. Okay, perfect. So we can continue for the OGIP and TM. So customer flow. So more or less, the OGS is quite similar, no matter GCDP and GIP, but there will be a little bit different. So for us, it's very important if you want to have a synergy with the exchange area, you need to understanding how exactly they're working on. Especially customer flow can help you understanding how their operation flow. And all the job description and all the stuff is going to base on these two. So as usual, the customer flow will separate for 4 parts: attraction, consideration, value delivery, and in the exchange, what we do, people they will start the marketing research and they will do the planning online, offline promotion. So what the EP they should do is sign up for ASPA, or they can submit their application on Podio. And marketing should do is the same as GCDP. They need to contact in the EP and ask them to send the application and also come to our events. So, and then we'll have the OGIP people to start the application screening, because GIP and GCP will be a little different. We need to understand whether the CV of the applicants will be really suitable for our program. And then we'll have the info event. The info event, we directly is like, we'll invite the AP directly come to the LC office and we show them the project, show them how to use everything. And they will directly sell the project face-to-face to the people who are interested in OGIP. And then ideally, the people should apply for the GIP program and creating their opportunity profile. So actually in the info event, ideally it should be, we will do the main promotion, project-based promotion to the EP. So in the consideration stage, the same, selection support. After that, we'll have the matching day. So what is about matching day is that we'll organize a moment, the EP manager and the EP together, and they will research project together and to do the match together. So basically what you see, actually there won't be that much big difference from GCDP side, but it's the touching point is more close between the EP manager and also the EP side, the info event to directly 1-to-1 or 1-to-3 to sell the project. It's not like massman info events. A match day will be 1-to-1. We do the we search the project together and we scan everything together face to face for that. And once they get matched, contract, payment, OPS we have already launched in EBC and we'll continue to do it in Q1 and Q2 or even 2016 for that. Visa, insurance, tickets, and then realization check, NPS, lead will be one thing where we'll start to doing it. I'll explain later. And then contacting them, get the storytelling, NPS, return, and then all the stuff. It's the same as GCDP. But one thing in the advocacy part, when they become our promoter, we will also have reintegrate for them. But most of the OGIP target will be a little bit different from the GCB target because most of them will be much more senior students or even young graduates. So they're not the proper target for us as global leader. But what we will be focused more is upselling. They can do 1 OGIP, they can also do 2 OGIP. So it's more about upselling the opportunity and keep lifelong connection with the GIP EP. But it's not engaging them become our members. So this is the main difference here. So that's why TM is not focusing for helping upselling. And we can go deeper about the job description. As usual, we'll also have the attraction manager of OGIP. And the JD is more or less the same as the attraction manager of OGCP, just change the product. And for the member side, it will be the same. They're going to, all of them is going to be EP managers, but each of them is final responsible for something. For example, tier 1 for TMP and plus 2 team, the same. The name will be based on the customer flow stage. For in progress manager, final responsible for info day, and match manager, final responsible for OPS. Realize manager, final responsible for NPS. Complete manager, final responsible for storytelling. And CLP is the one to track the team, organize OPS, and do the LC to LC follow-up and coordinate with the marketing. So the teams can be a little bit different. In OGIP, the team is based on the supply market. As you can see, there will be one team focused for teaching, another team focusing for marketing, another team focusing for teaching, marketing, and IT, but IT is not that many so far. So mainly it's about teaching and marketing. So you can see it's connecting with the supply because it's hard to really understanding how exactly demanding part. So in the tier 2, 1 team and plus 4 TMP. For tier 3, 1 team plus 3 TMP, but we're not focusing for the complete manager. And for tier 4, T or coordinator can directly lead the team. So here is a learning by doing. It's the same. We already launched everything there. What you need to do just go through the framework with your VP OGIP and to understanding the timeline and channel you are going to deliver the learning by doing. Another thing we're going to cover with OGIP so far is the OPS. So in the match stage, the main outcome for the OPS is that I understand the purpose and value of the program because we do the OPS once the EP get matched to the project. So it's actually before they leave for the project. So they're doing Italy. So purpose and value of the program have a clear and detailed expectation about the service and experience. Let them be aware of the cultural and work context they're going for, and let them to willing to embrace the change in the environmental culture and set their personal development goal and plan. So what they will focus for the WC2 means that for the work citizen, the second statement is that they're going to be interested in the work issue. For self-aware, this first statement is that they're going to understanding their personal value. And for empowering others, the first statement is that they can communicate effectively with different stakeholders. For solution-oriented, they can transmit the positivity to the uncertainty. And for solution-oriented, second, they can also be solution-oriented when they're facing challenges. And I will suggest you to go deeper about LDM, inner and outer journey with your VP current in your transition period, first block in the TM transition framework. And I need you guys during CM1 can be very, very clear about this leadership development model element of inner and outer journey. And for outer journey, we wanted to go through in the OPS that interaction with multiple stakeholders, individual roles and responsibility, understand what kind of supporting system we're going to offer to them in the realized stage. And for inner journey, they're going to set their personal goal. The main KPI, the attendance rate of the EP and also the NPS for this. So this is something we have already launched in EBC, and we're doing right now. In November, the second week and third week, me and Vlada is going to have a webinar to show how to deliver OPS to the EP. And right now, your VP current TM and also OGIP should start to implement OPS. And they will give us feedback in November, and we'll continue the creation in December. But for sure, in 2016, it needs fully implementation. Every EP of OGIP, they should receive OPS from our side. And there will be mainly 4 blocks, not that long, but because for the delivery method about OPS will be more 1-to-1 or 1-to-3, because for OGIP it's hard to have a peak for all the AP go out for the same time. And the delivery method 1-to-1 and 1-to-3 will be different, like conference and seminar, like IPS for IGCP. So the delivery method will be different. That's why me and Vlada will have the webinar to showcasing how exactly should going to happen. So basically 4 blocks, I and ISET, understanding why, how, what the organization they chose, and discover what are their share value with this organization, because we don't want to see the EP just take us as a travel agency or some agency to finding job, but actually understanding where developing leadership and how we're going to help them inside this journey. And also let them understand how their job description for the project, GIP, is connected to the inner and outer journey. What kind of support does the EP need? Ready to go is more about logistic preparation and also the cultural preparation. So this part will be synergy with our board. For example, like we're gonna have a big realization in Q1 about Shea Colombia and Venture Brazil. So right now we can work with Colombia and Brazil to ask them to give us material about this cultural preparation inside this part. And third part is effective communication. It's like a soft skill for helping the EP become solution-oriented. Because imagine the EP go for GIP aboard, they're going to work in a new cultural environment, in the country is working in an international business environment. And also they need to have the interaction with the local ISACR there. So they will face different stakeholders. What we see about the EP facing challenges right now is that they cannot communicate effectively with their boss, their colleagues, the ISACR there, and they started complaining about our service because we see a lot of problems, a lot of detractor issue that can be solved by the communication. And then we're going to providing a personal communication assessment, let them understand how to communicate effectively and how to adapt themselves in an international environment. So in this case, they can understand better how to work in international business. And last part is a personal plan, how them to set the personal goal and plan. So this is basically what we're working on so far to help them to understanding what can be happen. If we go back to the customer flow about OGIP, as you can see, we're providing OPS for supporting member for realization stage. But as you can see also in the validatory stage, when EP aboard, there's some lead space. This part, we need to have the synergy with our main entity partner. When our EP aboard, what kind of support we can continue for them. One thing we're under consideration is that how we can have the virtual engage Italian EP aboard. Whether we can do virtual lead or virtual coaching, when they are aboard, to keep continuing, not just using the virtual webinar, virtual chat for them to collect the storytelling, but also do the coaching. And as you can see, OPS and IPS aboard is kind of a synergy. We do OPS in Italy, but for the AP go for Colombia, the Colombia TM, we do the IPS. So this is also something I'm working on right now, try to contacting with our main entity partner of OGIP, for example, Colombia, because we're going to have 40 realization in Q1, and they're also a big amount. So I started to contact with the TM of Brazil and Colombia, try to understanding how we can provide a complete journey for the EP in Italy and when they're on board and to align about the content we deliver. When the EP come back, we can have the upselling for the OGIP. So this is basically what our synergy, as I mentioned before, talent planning. We need to understanding what exactly is the customer flow about GIP and GCDP. So what I will suggest you to do after this webinar is just a brief general introduction for you to understanding the customer flow. I will suggest you during the transition period, organize some synergy session with the GCP and GIP, understanding better how exactly the implementation of the customer flow in your LC. What are the activities has already running in your LC, whether they're working or bottleneck so far. Because actually, TM should be the one responsible for TMP and TLP experience delivery, but also we're a supporting function to supporting the exchange area to make it happen. Right now, you can see all the events they're running, no matter OPS, info events, or IPS for IGCDP, or even the reintegration seminar. On the touching point, to providing high quality leadership experience to the EP, we can also be part of the synergy with them. Because TM should be the one good at managing this event, understanding deep about everything about the organization, because you're supporting area, you're going to supporting every function. So we can also use our skill, especially learning development, training, event management. This is something we're good at, so we can also be supporter. And also one thing is that the assessment center using in OGCDP right now, the logic behind the assessment center is quite similar. The GCDP might stop when OGIP was going aboard. What will happen to her? Okay. But for the other, can you hear me? Okay. So I will continue. So for the, yes, and also the assessment center. Assessment center is the same because the logic behind the assessment center or even individual interview is the same. If they're TM, we should be good at selection skill, training skill, event management. So actually the skill needed to deliver the assessment center interview for GCB, GIP, EP, or providing events for OPS, IPS, reintegration, similar upselling. The skill is needed behind is the same. So that will become our synergy point. If especially if your VP exchange is not that available to do everything. So actually, I think that you can have the synergy during the transition period to brainstorming based on the customer flow or based on the main focus of the LC or main strategy of the exchange area. You need to understand it really deeply and to see what TM can support, because what TM can synergy with exchange area is not limited. Wherever there's a need and we see we're good at that, we can be helping, because our purpose as a supporting area is trying to support the exchange area. So basically, that's my first webinar. Now it's more about Q&A. So you can directly write the question in the WhatsApp and I can reply to you. Q&A time. So let's do the Q&A for this OGS plus TM part first. And then we can go deeper about so far how is the transition going on and what are the questions you have during the transition. About other questions of transition. It's your time. Mm-hmm. If no question, just tell me no. Mm, okay. Okay, what about the others? Okay, or any other question regarding for transition? I think you guys can talk. Let me think about it, how to talk with you guys. Because it's a new tool and I don't have no idea how to make it talk. Mm, 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 mm. Okay. Mm, mm, mm. Let's wait. How could we ensure the hosting committee will provide the lead process? Okay, so basically right now for GCP and GIP, they have their partnership model. And for example, like GIP, they have the main partner is Colombia and also Brazil. So every GCP and every GIP right now, they have the partnership model from the MC side. So basically, what we can work for is that once we come out our framework, and I will go to contacting their TM board, and we can align with our framework. For example, if I do OPS of OGIP like this, and I will contact our main partner to talk about what you should do in IPS and to align our content to ensure that the member is going through the inner and outer journey. So to answer you about this question is that because why we have the partnership model, first to ensure the fast match, because usually the fast match no, Okay. Okay, anyway, you can watch the video. So basically, we have the partner for GCP and GIP. So what we can do is to have a cooperation between the partners, and also ideally, the GCP and GIP they should match the EP to our main partners because the main partners they can help us to have the fast match. So in this way, we can focus for the value delivery stage, but not struggling to looking for project all around the world. Because the partners we are choosing right now will be suitable for us no matter timeline, visa, quality of the project. For example, we're the top 4 partner for Colombia. So actually, if our AP want to go to Colombia, we don't have to do interview with them because we're a partner to each other and we trust each other. So in this way, imagine there's a OGP EP, they can directly, if they want to apply for a Colombia project, they can directly go there without and they don't need for interview. And we're going to make the process more efficient. So we can have how we can do about the delivery stage. Because all the partner we're choosing right now is basically based on the timeline and their scale and their quality of the project. So in this way, this is one of the direction we need to for the future to cooperate. But the bottleneck right now is that not many LC really have their own partnership in local area, and not many LC really focusing for the and national partner. But it should be the direction. Once most of them develop the local partnership and also follow the national partnership, the way we do the lead with our main country partner will be work. Any other questions? Okay, if no question, I will directly close the space and I will share about the output and the follow up with you all. And also I will give you some simple question about how is the transition going on and give you some suggestion how to continue this topic with your VPTM current in the local transition agenda. So thank you very much. And if you have any question, we can directly communicate in the email so everybody can also share about this. Thank you very much and see you next week for the next webinar. Next webinar will be the same time, 5 p.m. on Thursday, but next topic is about TM and IGCP or marketing. I don't remember, IGCP or marketing. So I will send you another link very soon. Okay, ciao people.